Mr. Kassim, get a cup of coffee. Joseph, I see Mr. Kassim is here, man.
Yeah,
Is he ready? Is he ready?
he's always ready.
This is history in
I
the
can
making, man.
Let me tell you just a small brief from my side, Nelson, about the role of the consulate of Kenya and Lebanon. As I was reading some of the comments of the ladies, they were mentioning that in Lebanon, hello Kassim, how are you?
Yes, good evening. How are you, Joseph? How are you, Nelson?
Actually, listen, is it Kassim or is it Kassim? They always say Kassim.
It's all
Kassim.
the same. It's always the
Kassim.
same.
All
Yes,
right,
Yeah.
folks,
Qasim.
listen. This is history. This is history in the making. I think right now, I feel like I'm in Beirut right now,
Yeah.
having
You are
drinking some
always you are
Lebanese
well,
tea.
always welcome to visit your second country, Beirut, my dear friend.
I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I feel like
For
listen.
sure,
I
you
feel
are
like I'm
always
in
welcome.
Beirut, right there, drinking some Lebanese tea with a small cup. And you guys, I know how you drink your tea. You have like these small cups where you put like about 16 bags of sugar. Come on.
Okay. Okay. Ya Allah. You're
First of
making us
all,
smile and laugh.
first of all,
I
first
have
of
to.
all, Nelson, please allow me
Welcome.
to to give my condolences for the family for the loss of our sister Jacinta Muguri. Uh,
Yes.
well, we extend from her honorable family our sympathy on
Yes.
their tragic loss. We ask God to give the family the strength and the patience. And we ask Him to make
Yes.
up for this painful loss for her both children's. As I know that Jacinta, she has two children's.
Yes.
Let me clarify one thing for you, Nelson. We usually don't talk on the social media.
That's right.
You know that we need to refer to the authorities in Kenya first, but in this painful and exceptional circumstances, we decided to make a quick intervention. So
Yes.
it's like a try from us to protect our sisters in Lebanon from becoming a new victim and to become like a Jacinta. Um, First of all, let us talk about some rumors, some people, some investors that they are trying to spread some fake news about brainwashing the girls to prevent them from coming to the consulate and to get the help they are in the need for it.
Go ahead.
Those rumors about the consulate, either it is closed or still closed or it will be closed. We are meant to clarify that the consulate is still working and helping all the Kenyans that come and seek for the help from our consulates. We have
Breaking
never
news right
stopped.
there. Thank you.
We have never
Go
stopped.
ahead.
9 years ago up to now. Mr. Sayed Shaluhi, Sayed Hanna Gergis Shaluhi, he's still the honorary consulate of Kenya in Lebanon, and he's still insisting on the endless assistance for our Kenyan sisters in Lebanon and outside Lebanon, as the consulate work was not limited only to be in Lebanon. The consulate
Okay.
work also reached Syria and Palestine and Iraq.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our intervention today is to warn our sisters, our Kenyan sisters, of the consequences of falling into this trap, about this lack
Yes.
of informations that some of them unfortunately they are Kenyans, and the rest,
Hmm.
let us call them investors. I don't want to call them criminals because I'm not a judge, I'm not a court.
Hmm.
But those people who was brainwashing those Kenyans, who was giving them
Hmm.
false information about uh, telling them that there is no consulate, there is no embassy, there is no one who can help you in Lebanon. Those
Hmm.
people, uh, for me, and this is my opinion, those criminals, they are the one responsible about what happened to Jacinta. And they are the
Wow.
one who is responsible about what will happen for the rest of the others from Kenya. We are not here to say this kind of talk. I don't want to go into those details. You know us. We are a consulate now. Our priority is to investigate, to make a real investigate, a deep investigate, to see what really happened about the case for Jacinta. Who was the one who took the decision, who gave the permission for those people to bury the body of Jacinta here in this country? Who gave them the permission, who gave them the allowance to take the decision on the behavior of the parents and the family and to decide to bury this body here in Lebanon? And we will be making a follow-up from the consulate. And it will be official. And it will be followed by the consul by himself to see the medical case for Jacinta, because the family, they have the right to know why and what happened to their daughter and why did they lose their daughter.
That's right.
So let me allow me, please, Nelson, to yes. Allow me just to say it again and repeat myself by telling all those Kenyans, all the ones that they are hearing us today. Me, I am, maybe if you look at me, you will think I'm a Lebanese. But me, Kenya is my other country, my second country. And the consul, Sayed Shaluhi, he used to take Kenya as his primary country. The loyalty and the love that the consul and the honorary consul, Mr. Sayed Shaluhi, that has for Kenya, it will not no one will be able to affect all the assistance and all the work we are trying to do every day to help our Kenyan sisters. This consulate has never stopped. Our offices is still open. Every day we have hundreds of cases and we are solving those cases. And alhamdulillah, we thank God that we never failed in any case. We are protecting our sisters. We are protecting the name of the Kenyans. We are protecting their rights. And at the same time, we are moving forward with them to explain to them and to show them their rights and duties in the contract, in working in Lebanon or living outsiders while they are outside the contract. So any girl, and let me here be very specific and precise, any girl, any Kenyan, any citizen from Kenya that he's here in Lebanon, either he's in a contract, either he has a case, either he ran away from his contract, either if he's illegal or he's facing a case, don't allow anyone to brainwash you and to tell you don't go to your consulate because you are illegal. Don't allow them to brainwash you that the consulate is only made for the ones that they are in the contract. No, it's not true. We represent all the Kenyans in Lebanon, the one in the contract and the one outside the contract. We are.
I hope that is clear.
Huh?
Well, I'm saying, I'm just screaming out. I hope that is clear. Keep on talking, Kassim. I know you have a lot to talk. Keep on talking. We're listening.
The consulate in Kenya, the consulate in Lebanon, the consulate of Kenya in Lebanon is for all the Kenyans, not only for the ones in the contract, not only for the ones that they are outside the contract or they are facing problems with their employers. Any girl, any citizen can go on the website of kenyabeirut.com, and this is the official website for the Kenyan consulate. He can find the phone numbers. It's a hotline. It is available 24/24, 7/7. They can call anytime. We have WhatsApp on 2 numbers, and those 2 numbers are meant to be at the service of all the Kenyans that they are in our country and the neighborhood.
Because it's a
neighborhood,
responsibility.
in Syria,
That's right.
Palestine, and Iraq. So this is what I really wanted to. I delivered this message to all the Kenyans. This is what I am really concerned now. My priority now, and the priority of the consul and the consulate, is to make this investigation, which is very important, to see why and what happened with our late Jacinta, our sister Jacinta.
That's right. That's right. And actually, let me first of all say thank you very much, because people have to understand. And Joseph, you're here. Thank you very much. Welcome again. People who are watching this broadcast today, KASSIM had to go through there's a process of clearance for him to be able to come and speak here. You just don't get people from the consulate or someone who's working at the embassy and you just throw them on an interview. There's a process. There's a due process to be done. And I want to thank, first of all, Mr. Joseph Saliba. Thank you for actually, again, jumping in and being like, and telling me, Nelson, my brother, I'm going to hold your hand. Let's walk this case. When I got this case yesterday, KASSIM, and I'm going to say this to all the viewers who are here, I was so shocked. I was so shocked because, first of all, it happened in the middle of another broadcast that I was doing. And then I'm asking myself all these questions. Did the embassy know? How come she has been buried in the land and the embassy that's supposed to represent her doesn't even know? How comes the family was not even consulted for them to be like, hey, we either want to have our daughter brought back, or she can go ahead and be buried in the country? There was no consent from the family. It was 1,000 questions going through my mind, and the same thing with all the Kenyans who have followed this case since yesterday on my platform. So again, you've heard this from KASSIM himself. He has said the consulate is working.
Yes,
the consulate is working. Let's start from there. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me add one last thing, and it will be the start, because we really want everyone to know that the consulate is following, even sometimes, like what happened with Jacinta. Now I will explain how the consulate had knowledge. Yes, we had knowledge about the case, that she had a problem, and we had the report on the 7th of October. But unfortunately, the one who delivered the message to us wanted to mislead us, and he didn't want us to intervene in the right place. I will share some documents with you in private on WhatsApp, Nelson.
Thank you very much.
I would ask you, please, if you can share them with everyone and they are hearing us. This is from the phone of our consulate, from the WhatsApp of our consulate. Okay?
Yes, let me see.
It says that the International Red Cross in Lebanon notified us as a consulate on the 7th of October 2022, which means 1 week ago. They told us that the one who spoke to me, her name was Lama Slaihi. She's a senior social worker at the ICRC. She gave me the phone number of a doctor that I don't know him, and she have sent me a report, a medical report, for a girl called Suzanne Kamau.
Suzanne Kamau. Got you.
Yes. So, we as a consulate, we have received this report, and we have received this claim from Mrs. Lama. We took it very serious. And the claim was that ICRC, International Red Cross, was following up with a lady in Lebanon called Suzanne Kamau, and she was admitted to Hariri Hospital on the 6th of October 2022. In the report, it says a 40-year-old female patient, previously healthy, presented with headache. I'm not a doctor. I cannot explain the report. I don't know the terms. I don't know the medical terms that I have to use. But in the report, it says that this patient, she need to make an MRI. MRI, as
Yes,
the doctors
MRI.
told
Yeah,
me,
I have everything. Yes.
yes, it is
Whoa.
like I don't know, a technique, like taking a CT scan or something.
Scanner, kind of a
It's a
scanner.
scanner, exactly.
The
Exactly. It's a
MRI is
scanner.
just basically just scanning everything. It's just
For the
you
head.
scan everything from the head,
Exactly.
from the head.
Right.
Yes, it's.
And she
Go
need
ahead.
to be
Wow.
evaluated by a neurology, which was not available in the hospital of Hariri. So as a consulate, I personally answered the call for Mrs. Lama
Slahi.
and I informed her that as a consulate, we are ready to get her a doctor on the expenses of the consulate, and we are ready to find her a place to make the RMI on the expenses of the consulate. We are ready to cover everything. The only request, it was that she provide us with a copy of the Kenyan passport or the Kenyan ID for the lady admitted in the hospital.
At the hospital.
And we have our chat with Mrs. Lama. As you can see here, she already informed us. She already informed us.
Yes.
That when she sent me the copy of her passport, I will share it with you. If you can see here the date, it is 2:17 p.m. And this is the date that our chat has ended up between me and Lama.
Everything is opening up.
In the same day, 7th of October 2022. This is the phone number of our late Jacinta. The consulate of Kenya in Lebanon has communicated with Jacinta. We didn't know that her real name was Jacinta. We thought her name is Suzanne. Because
Suzanne
she
Kamau.
used a fake name. Exactly. That was the information given by Lama from IRC. We told her, hello, Suzanne. This is the consulate of Kenya in Lebanon. We got your number from Red Cross. They told us that you need help.
This is a bombshell.
I have the voice message.
Bombshell.
I have the voice message for the late Jacinta that she have told me that she cannot talk. Her telephone has no battery. And she told me if there is a possibility if I can talk to her after a moment when she charged her phone. That was at 2:45, my dear Nelson. At 7:15, the consulate tried to reach. The consulate tried to reach Jacinta. But she didn't take the call. She hung up and she didn't answer. She answered us by this sentence. She told us, let's chat when I get home, please. And that was the last chat between the consulate and
Jacinta.
We tried to reach Jacinta for several times. We tried to call her because as a consulate, we always follow up and we never leave a case like this one without follow-up. And we already followed up. And we were trying to reach, unfortunately, the fake information that it was given to us under the name of Suzanne
Kamau.
Sorry. Suzanne Wairimo Kamau. Because we were informed by ICRC that the name of the lady is Suzanne Wairimo Kamau.
Yes. And KASSIM, you'll send me, you'll WhatsApp me those details as well. Electronic follow-up. Now, this is breaking news for me. This is breaking news for everybody.
Yeah. So what we were able to do, my dear Nelson, we were able to get the file number inside the hospital of Hariri for Suzanne Wairimo Kamau.
Yes.
And on Monday, the first thing we are going to do is to go to the hospital to bring this file to see the diagnosis, the real diagnosis that was given from the hospital.
That's right.
To see why.
That's right.
And what happened to our lady Jacinta. The second thing, and we have the right to, to ask why Jacinta, she was submitted to the hospital under the name of her sister, and why she was not able
Oh,
to send us the copy of her passport or copy of the Kenyan ID.
ID,
Who
which actually she
told her
had.
not
Ha-
to? Who didn't allow her to? Because if that lady in that time, she communicated with her consulate and she asked for our help, I can
Wow,
make
wow.
sure, and I am pretty sure that this lady now, she was able to be
Oh,
alive because the consulate was ready to give everything for this lady to make her survive. And this is not the first time, my dear Nelson. This is not our
my
first
that's her.
case. It will not be the last. The consul Sayed Shalouhi never returned any demand for any help from any Kenyan.
This is
Yes,
crazy.
we are facing a crisis here in Lebanon. Things are not like before, but we are giving as much as we can. And sometimes we are giving even more than we can. And the only one who was giving without return, it was the honorary consul. So some people here, and I don't know why, they try to mislead those Kenyans, like they did with Jacinta, to make her fear to go to her consulate. Maybe Jacinta, and I'm not accusing anyone here, I'm just giving
Yeah,
my point of view, because I have been in
yeah,
this consulate for almost 5 years now. And I have like somehow an
wow.
experience in dealing with such a case and such cases. In my opinion, this lady, she was scared to talk to her consulate. Someone made
That's
her
right.
fear to talk to her consulate. Someone
That's right.
didn't allow her to communicate with her consulate. And the reason
That's right.
was that she has been admitted through fake papers to the
A false
hospital.
name.
They told her if you go to the consulate and they discover your situation, they will make you a problem. Why? 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 What kind of problem is she going to face? We are here to help those Kenyans. We are here to defend those Kenyans. The consulate is here even to defend the one accused of stealing. The consulate is in Lebanon to defend the one that they are dealing in drugs and dealing in prostitutions. We are defending the girls even that they are facing criminal cases. So why a Kenyan should be afraid from her consulate? There's no reason to be afraid from the consulate. The only one who can help her, the only one who can be legally helping her, is her consulate. So this is our message for them, Nelson, and for
The
all the
family. Man,
for the
man, man, man,
Kenyan
man.
sisters here in Lebanon, and
Everyone.
our promise to the family, our promise that we will be following up until the end, and we will not sleep before we know who was responsible about all what happened to Jacinta.
This is what we call a major bombshell. Allow me to say this, Joseph. Allow me to say this, Kassim, as we proceed, and those who are watching. Talking to the family directly, talking to the sister, talking to the brother who's in Nairobi, James, inbox me today. And now we are finding out now. We are finding out in God's name, under the sun, that there was an attempt by the consulate to help our sister
Twice, and 3 times,
to
and 4 times,
even
and even more than
to
4 times.
even incur the hospital expenses on her behalf for her to go and get an MRI, to go and get all these things checked. And I gotta sit here as a fellow Kenyan. Now a Kenyan wenzangu munisikize. I gotta now sit here as a Kenyan just like you. And all I'm thinking about right now is that we have two children who have no mother, who have no father, that could be having a parent right now. And don't tell me that I don't have any reason to be angry right now. Not even angry, but to be actually disappointed. Yes, we understand the situation. She was not under contract. She was not under contract. Whatever was happening, I don't care about that. This is about human life, man. You've seen what we are all here watching. And Kassim, send me all the paperwork. You have my number. I'll send me all the paperwork. Kassim has given us an electronic digital print and follow-up of the date and the time and when she went to the hospital and what the hospital said and what she's supposed to do and what was supposed to be done and what the consulate said. The consulate said, look, we will take care of your expenses. Which brings me back as a Christian to a scripture that says, my people, you fail not because of lack of money or anything else, but we fail because of lack of knowledge. And I can see there was a miscommunication somewhere. There was a miscommunication somewhere that has costed our sister her life. A young mother has left 2 children right now as orphans. And on top of that, she has been buried in Lebanon. By the way, Kassim, just FYI, as you continue to do your follow-up with the consulate,
Yes.
she has been buried at a place called Akkar or something, somewhere right there at the
Yes.
border between Lebanon and Syria.
We have all the informations. We are following up. Don't worry, Nelson. We are following up with the authorities in Lebanon, and very soon we will be able to know who was the responsible, who took this responsibility, who overpassed the consulate and overpassed the family and took this decision, this criminal decision, to bury someone in the foreign without the allowance and the acceptance of his family.
To those who are watching, this is the consulate speaking. This is the deputy ambassador consular of the consulate in Lebanon. This is not something that we're just talking about. I have in the middle, I have Joseph, like I always say, you know, when I'm in a situation, I always ask God to hold my hand. And because you are my closest brother here, now hold my hand. Say something
We will
about
always.
this.
Let me first just lighten one point. The good thing in this bad story shows that the consulate was doing all the needed without anything going on the social media. And this is the power, and this is the faith that should reach all the Kenyans here. That not after a story came to the social media, what we are doing after it. It is what has been done before everyone knows about this case. And this shows you that in their offices, in the consulate where they are working, many of the stories are being dealt, and they are doing all the needed without any marketing for this. So here I would like to salute Mr. Sayed, the consul, the honorary consul, because I know him in person as a person of faith, as a believer. And let me tell it, maybe Kassim cannot say, for the 9 years, Mr. Shalouhi did not have any income, financial income to support the cases that he's dealing with. And I know how hard it is right now, but all that I know for sure, that he decided that he will not leave any case behind. And for Kassim, I tell him that maybe we are not always on the same wave. He is doing the part that he concerns the Kenyans. I am representing the part of the agencies. Some misunderstandings happen, but for sure, both and with other parties, we are trying to do all the needed to keep the image of our country in the right place. We are Lebanon. It is Lebanon. It's not any other country, and I don't want to name any other country, but this is Lebanon. 2, hoping that in the coming days, we will be moving forward for more protection for the old process, because the people who are concerned now, you are having them on your channel tonight. Many
That's right. They're here.
of whom they say that they are concerned. They don't. They are cheaters. We are the parties which represent the care for this process, each one from his own side. But you know, when you are just lighting a small alarm, Nelson, you see that we are moving. And now we were talking about the case of the lady who Kassim also helped us in tomorrow. Irene, tomorrow she's leaving back to her country. And today I had maybe 4 or 5 cases with Kassim. All the day we are together solving things you don't know about. We don't want to go into the social media about it, because we know if we are doing the result as should be done, it's our job from our side as a syndicate, from the consulate. And the thing that happened, and I know what Kassim was feeling, because he passed in a very bad experience from about 1 year or 1 year and a half, where his baby, sorry to say that, some of the bad Kenyans, let us say it, we have bad Kenyans, we have bad Lebanese, we have bad people next to you in the USA, Nelson. I am telling about these bad Kenyans who are trying to do a story which will make the consulate and all the stuff, that they are the bad people. They reach a time that they wanted to take the son of Kassim from the car and kidnap him. And we have videos about this. They broke his car. The person who is running after their interest, their protection, as he proved for you for a case which he did not do because it's on the social media. He was doing it before even you know about it, Nelson. So here I advise everyone who is feeling fear, or he's not trusting because of some of the ladies being partners of big cliques happening in Lebanon for bad things. No, these do not care more than the consulate do. So the consulate is there. Go knock on the door. Whatever was the situation, legal, not legal, and we will talk about this now between me and you, because Kassim will be leaving, and I know that. Thank you very much, because he participated in this, knowing that he told you why, because it's an emergency, but he should go into a procedure. So thanks again, Kassim, for trusting this state, Nelson, and trusting us.
This is Vote TV. This is Vote TV.
This is Vote TV.
Moving forward concerning the help for our sisters Kenyans, with the cooperation of all the Lebanese authorities, with the Lebanese agencies, and with you, Nelson, and all the social media. Together we can make a difference. Together we can always something, maybe
Kassim, before you leave, because I know you're looking at let's do this. This is the sister of Jacinta.
Yes. First of all,
Susan,
Susan,
welcome.
I am really sorry about your loss. Thanks. All my condolences for you, for the family. I just wanted to let you know, and to let the family know, that it was not only the loss for your family, it's a big loss for us as well. Every time we lose a Kenyan in this country, it's a very big loss for us. So our promise for you and for your family, we will be following up to the end.
Susan, it's too loud at the background. You should be focusing on this right here now. You're talking to someone from a higher office. Kassim, can you please go on and talk to Susan, the sister of the late Jacinta, right now? Go ahead.
Our promise as a consulate, that we will be following up that case for Jacinta. We will not let it go like this as a story. We will make all the efforts. We will do all the necessary to know who was responsible and who took the decision on the behalf of the family. We promise you that we will not sleep before we know the right story about Jacinta. May her soul rest in peace, Suzanne. This is the only thing I can tell you to make it a little bit easy for you. and giving you this promise. I'm really sorry we couldn't help more than we did. We tried to reach your sister more than once and twice and 3 times and 4 times, and we have all the register between us and the call logs. But unfortunately, we couldn't reach your sister in the right time. But I just want others to learn from this story. I want to make your sister last forever in the heart of all the Kenyans and in the brain of all the Kenyans. I want her to be a lesson for all the Kenyans that they are in foreign, not only in Lebanon. I'm not talking only in Lebanon.
Okay.
I'm talking about the whole foreign. When any Kenyan, she needs any help, she has to seek the help from the right person, from the right place, from the right office. Any foreigner who needs any help should go to his embassy or consulate. And they should not fear. And they should not trust other than their consulate or embassy.
Okay,
Jacinta, talk to Kassim.
I want to clarify one thing there.
Yes, I'm hearing you, Susan.
I'm Suzanne. I'm Suzanne Wairimo Kamau.
Yes.
And my sister had my passport just like a sister. She didn't have that passport to use at the hospital. When she told me she used that passport in the hospital, I told her, why did you use my passport? And she told me she didn't have a copy of her passport. That's why. But she, I have a lot of conversation me with her since she got sick till when
Susan,
she missed.
It's not time now to clarify all this. Jacinta now is between God's hands, and God may forgive her, and He will forgive us of all the sins or anything that we did wrong. Me, I'm not concerned why Jacinta, she was admitted to the hospital under your name. I am concerned why the information that it was given to the consulate, it was misleading the consulate to the wrong person. Me, I can understand that she will use the ID or the passport of her sister, of her friend. Maybe she was not able to, she was not understanding. Maybe she was in a shock. Maybe she was not aware about what she was doing. Your sister was sick. We cannot blame her. I cannot blame her. No one can blame her.
She had a brain tumor and she was not in her right senses. Even the way we were communicating with her. But all in all, we are not here for blame games. It has happened. It has happened. So
we are not here to blame anyone, my dear Susan.
I need to ask you. I need to ask you one question, please.
Yes, sure, Susan.
From the information I have, Jesse was taken from the house by the police on Wednesday evening. As the office of the consulate, did you at that time have any information of a Kenyan girl who died somewhere and she's going to be buried in that labor? Like, what happened? What we are still confused. We are in shock.
Susan, let me clarify one thing. As a consulate here in Lebanon, we never accept, we never give any allowance from the consulate, from the side of the consulate, to anyone to bury anybody in Lebanon unless if we have the clearance and the acceptance from the family. This is a procedure. This is what we really and we usually do. When we lose any of our sister Kenyans here in Lebanon, the usual procedure is to inform the consulate that we have a dead body. They will ask us, the Mukhtar, will ask us to give him like a permission, an allowance from the consulate that this body can be buried here in this country. For your sister, unfortunately, we didn't have anything from this. That's why we are making our investigation, because
How?
what happened,
How
what
now?
happened, it was not official. What happened was not human. What the consulate, as an official site that represents Kenya, we was not informed by anyone that there's a dead body found in the house on Wednesday. We was informed from the social media. Me personally and the consul himself, we were informed through the social media. We were not informed officially from any official site.
Yeah.
That's why we are making our investigation, because we really want to know why and what really happened, and who is responsible about taking this decision, and who bypassed the consulate, bypassed the family, bypassed everyone, and took the decision to bury the body in the foreign without getting back to the family and getting back to the consulate and getting back to the Lebanese authorities.
We are surprised. Like
So
we are surprised.
I'm really
like,
sorry. I'm really sorry,
anyway.
Suzanne. I'm not able to give any more informations because, as I told you, it's like an investigation. We have to investigate. There's some stuff we can say, we can talk about on the social media, but we have plenty of things we cannot talk about. But be sure that at the end of this story, I know that whatever we do, we cannot bring Jacinta back home. We cannot bring her alive back home. But be sure, at the end of this story, the one who was responsible about what happened to Jacinta, you have my promise.
Okay.
He will end up in jail. And he will be
And
responsible about it.
will you be able? Will we be able to get the body and bury it back in Kenya?
Concerning this, Suzanne, I'm really sorry. I cannot give you this answer. Me, I don't know if you are able to get out the body from where it is buried. I don't know the situation. I don't know. I don't have any report. Any forensic doctor did not give any report about the body that they found on Wednesday. We don't know if Jacinta, we were not officially notified from any side if Jacinta died because of the tumor in her head from cancer or from something else. We have an investigation we have to make, we have to finish, and we will be in the same time we will be following up with the family. We will see, we will do everything that it will be under the will of the family. If the family will ask, and this is your will, to take the body back home, I don't know if it is possible, but we will try to ask this in the court. We will do all our best so the family at least can have some peace inside her heart and inside her soul.
There's something I would like to say, Susan. Do you see how I work here? I broke the story of your sister 24 hours ago, and because there's my God in heaven, we are here talking to a representative from the Kenyan consulate in Lebanon. I'm telling you this. There's so much that I've learned today, because I was also in darkness. KASSIM, Joseph, everyone who's been following this story since I broke this story yesterday right here on Vote TV, I've been asking God questions. But two things for me personally, there are two things I want to say. One thing I know for now is that whoever made the decision for Jacinta to be buried in Lebanon surpassed the consulate and surpassed any other institution, including the family. And they went ahead and buried her in Lebanon. That's clear. And number two, another factor for me is that the consulate had already some information starting from October 7th, and Sakim will send you the paperwork. There's a digital footprint. There's a digital footprint of your communication trying to follow up with the person that was called Suzanne Kamau at the hospital. Turns out Suzanne Kamau was Jacinta.
Okay.
So we will put all this information together, and you are there right now, so Susan, the biological sister of Jacinta. And by the way, for those who are watching, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. I'm seeing thousands of questions in the comments. Let's finish the Jacinta story first, because the Jacinta story right now has priority. Hizi maswali zingine zote mko nazo hapa naziona, and I will also make a point of asking those questions. Before I go back to Susan, Kassim, the question is, people are asking, where is your office right now in Lebanon? How can they reach you? And what's the phone number?
Yes,
let's start with that question before you go.
This is very important, and this is what I really wanted to clear before. And I'm really sorry I have to leave you, Nelson, but we are located in
But thank you
Beirut,
for your
in the
time.
middle of Beirut. We are located in Badaru Street, facing Fransa Bank, facing Bank Audi Bank. We are on the second floor in Fawaz building. This is our office. Our phone numbers are on the website, on the official website, on kenyabeirut.com. They can find our official Facebook page, and we are on social media, on Facebook, under the name of Honorary Consulate of Kenya and Lebanon. Our phone numbers, addresses, the landline, our emails, all the informations concerning the consulate are mentioned on the website. And we are always ready to help. Our offices are always open for all those Kenyans that they need help, and we are ready to help them, whatever it takes and whatever it was.
There's one thing I want to say before you go, Kassim, because I had already built up a web portal for Kenyans in Lebanon who, when they're in distress or because they are crying in my inboxes, and even there are thousands of comments, hundreds of comments are flowing here. People saying that they are going through situations and that they have not been helped by the consulate, or they have tried to reach the consulate and nothing has been done. This is what I want to do. Number one, my priority today was Jacinta, and that for me has been clarified, and I thank my God in heaven, and I thank Joseph. Thank you again for coming through. But I want to make sure that we will follow on this issue, and Vote TV is right here, Kassim. You know my platform. I'm here. All these cases of distress, all these people who are saying that they're not being given food, all my sisters who are saying that they're being harassed or they are going through any form of oppression, I promise, right here under the sun and under my God in heaven, for every single Kenyan in Lebanon. Na munisikiza sahi. Listen to me. Kassim is here. Joseph Saliba is here. I will make sure that we follow on each and every single case. We've lost a sister just like that because there was some miscommunication and because people spreading some false information, and she's gone. Jacinta is gone. We can't bring her back. She's gone. Susan, your sister, is gone. 2 kids are now orphans. If something had been done, this story would have a different outcome. We perish because of lack of knowledge, not because of lack of money. And yes, even Jesus had doubters. Even Jesus had haters. The world is, we have 7 billion people on this planet, and you cannot make everyone happy. I know that part. People, they are saying that when they go back to the office, they're being, Kassim, I'm telling you this straight up. They say they're being beaten. They're being punished. They're not being given food. There's complaints about salaries not being paid. All this are complaints that I've received. The people who are saying that they're sick. One thing I know, for example, and that's another fact, Irene Wasika is going home tomorrow. This is someone who reached out to me because she wanted to have help. And I contacted Joseph. I didn't even contact Joseph. Joseph, you contacted me. And Irene Wasika is going home tomorrow. So I believe when you have a system in place, you can fix problems and you can save lives. We're not supposed to be having this issue. To all my fellow Kenyans who are in Lebanon, You've been told where the office is. Me, I knew, Kassim, that your office is closed. That's what I knew. I knew your office is closed. Oh, the Lebanon office is closed. No, they're not working. If you call them, no one is responding. Can you tell them again where your office is?
Yeah, sure.
You see,
we are located,
Sharon is saying.
We are located in Beirut.
Sharon is saying Hakuna office.
Badaro Street. We are in Fawaz Building, 2nd floor. And please, anyone who want to contact the consulate, they can contact us through 2 hotlines. Those 2 hotlines, they are available 24/24, 7/7. We have WhatsApp on those 2 numbers. They can leave their message and the consulate will reply as soon as possible.
Can we do
Anytime,
can we do a quick, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll right now. Let's do a quick poll. Joseph, you're here.
Yep.
If I call your name, say yes.
Yes.
Susan, you're here. Kassim, you're here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question. And I'm going to ask it in Swahili first. And then I'm going to ask it in English. Kama kuna Mkenya ambaye anawatch broadcast ya leo sahi, ambaye anapitia changamoto Lebanon, muinue mkono juu kwa chats right now. Which means, let me translate. If there's any Kenyan in Lebanon who's watching this broadcast right now, who is going through a situation, any form of oppression, raise your hand right now. And Kassim, Joseph, Susan, whoever is gonna say yes, I'm gonna highlight their comment and put it on the screen. I'm waiting. Okay, they're saying they want the number. Do you see that, Joseph? Kassim, give them the number again.
Yes, it's +961 71175 006. This is my phone number. The second phone number is +961 70 234 006. Those 2 numbers are the hotlines for the consulate. We have WhatsApp. They can communicate with us for any emergency, any claim, any help, any demand, any question. We are always here to answer them and to help them. And we are always,
Joseph, help me.
We are always ready to receive them in our offices in Badaro Street in Beirut.
Okay, and one thing, Mr. Kassim, please, before you go, we as a family, we need to communicate with you people directly. So
yes,
I can't take your number right here. So he will give you
I'll
my
give
number.
It to you.
At least we can talk privately.
For sure. Anytime, Susan. Anytime. You are ready to give all the efforts and to give all the help we can do. And we are always ready for the help and to listen to the family, for sure. You can communicate with us anytime.
Wait a minute. I've asked a very simple question. It's a very simple question. Na nimesema na Kiswahili na pia nikasema na Kiingereza. Kuna Mkenya ambaye yuko hapa saa hii ambaye anapitia changamoto, ainue mkono juu. That's the question that I asked. It's like you're asking people like, okay, is the sun shining today? And they're telling you, by the way, tomorrow they have some special offers at Walmart. I don't need statements. Can you raise your hand up if you're going through any situation, any case of oppression in Lebanon? This is the deputy ambassador in the office. Raise your hand up. Rose Minor. Okay. I'm giving you an opportunity right now. Kassim, let me ask you a question, by the way, before you go. Have you ever appeared on any Kenyan media network or any other platform in your career?
No, not yet.
Not like this.
This is our first time.
This is the first time. This is the first time. And thank you very much.
Like to go on social media. It's not our way of work. It's not what we are seeking. It's not our target to be on the social media, Nelson. But what happened with our sister Jacinta forced us to go on the social media because we don't want any more Jacinta in Lebanon anymore. We don't want anyone to have the same end like Jacinta in Lebanon anymore.
And let me actually try to explain to you guys who are watching this broadcast. KASSIM and Joseph, you're here, you're my witness. KASSIM had to get clearance for him to be able to make an appearance here.
True.
And again, I repeat, I'm going to actually confirm that because I understand how legislations work. Embassy officials never make appearance on social media. Embassy officials don't make appearances on YouTube. They don't.
True.
This is 1 in a million cases. Have you ever seen KASSIM, Joseph, Susan, you're here. Have you ever seen the Saudi embassy ambassador on YouTube talking? No. Have you ever seen the American Kenyan ambassador on social media talking? No. They don't do this. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Where there's a system, things can work. I'm focusing on the system. I'm focusing on the legislations. I'm not focusing on the noise. Susan, ni jambo la huruma. Listen. I'm sad for your family today. I'm sad for your family. Your sister could be here at your high. All that was needed was that MRI. And once the MRI is done, then they could have taken the steps to go ahead and take care of her. Remember what KASSIM said? Let me explain this to you because now I'm doing a whole breakdown. KASSIM said the name for us was not an issue. Whether it was Susan, even if you listen, if Susan was taken there with the name Joseph or Nelson, what the embassy looks at is the fact that she's a Kenyan, because it's an obligation to take care of every citizen. See where I'm coming from?
Let me ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
MRI, but when she was in Hariri, they did a scan and they told her, okay, they didn't tell her. They told her friends because she was the one who was sick. They never told her, but they did a scanning and they told the friend like she has a brain tumor. After 3 days, she
Yes, Susan, let me clarify. Maybe you was not with us when I showed this report that it was made from the.
I have seen all.
Exactly.
I have seen all the documents.
This is not the RMI result. In this report, the doctor was suggesting to make an RMI, and due to this report, the International Red Cross communicated with the consulate to see if we can find her a place to make the MRI and if we can cover the expenses. And we already told them that we are ready to do it. The only thing we asked them to is any copy of any Kenyan ID or Kenyan passport. But unfortunately, they didn't send any. The only thing they sent, it was the name of Susan. So we requested from the International Red Cross any copy of the Kenyan passport or the Kenyan ID, and we requested the phone number for Susan so we can communicate with her.
For Jacinta.
Because considering for Susan, we didn't know that the real name was Jacinta. Joseph.
There you go.
We were dealing with Jacinta like if she's Susan. Me, I am relying on the name of the girl that it was mentioned in the report of the hospital. Me, I didn't know anything about Jacinta. I didn't know who is Jacinta. I was talking to Susan, and I have a conversation between me and Susan. And
it's on French.
Jacinta. I was talking to her as Susan. So, unfortunately, I don't know if it was Jacinta who was replying to me on that phone number, or it was someone of her friends.
The report about the brain tumor. The report about the brain tumor. Do you have it? Do you have in any way know that she had a brain tumor?
The only report we have received from the International Red Cross, it was a CT scan or the scanner that it was made in Rafiq al-Hariri Hospital, that it was recommending an RMI scan, and a neurology was recommended for the evaluation, which was not available in the Hariri Hospital. This is the only report we have received from IRC, International Red Cross. We don't have any copy for any other reports. And I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. I cannot explain. I cannot tell what does this report says. Maybe it says that there is a tumor. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But what I can see is that at the end there's a conclusion. The conclusion say that this girl, she needs to go and make an MRI brain and need evaluation by a neurology, which was not available. That report was made by Dr. Sarah Kuzi, or Kuzim, I don't know the family name.
The names.
On the CT scan.
I have understood you, and we will not talk a lot of things here in on social media, but we can talk between you and we can talk more.
You have my number.
What I'm going to do is what I'm going to say.
Anytime, anywhere. You have my phone number. You can call me. You can communicate with me through WhatsApp.
That's what I wanted.
And you can talk to me by email. You can find my email as well on the website. It is kenyabeirut.com. All the information that belongs to the consulate, it is mentioned on the website. So anything you need, it will be on the website, on the official website of the consulate.
Suzanne, are we clear on that?
Thank you so much, Nelson. Thank you so much for this opportunity to clarify all those things. Joseph, I thank you so much. And I really appreciate all the efforts you are trying to do, especially in those moments in Lebanon and all this crisis we are facing in this country. Let's hope, let's rely on that. We are building some effort, some solutions. Let's hope always for the best. Let's hope that hand by hand we can protect our sisters, our Kenyans.
Lebanon. Vote TV. Vote TV is here.
For the best, that one day we can ensure and we can get them a better place, a safer place. And when they need any help, inshallah, we will be in their services and we will be able to solve all those problems, and we will not face any other case like this painful and sad story like Jacinta.